I am a community organizer for a living. I work with a great organization, Food and Water Watch, and we're one of the leading organizations opposing this push for large AI data centers around the country. So we got out in front of the issue. We've called for a nationwide moratorium. And, I really didn't understand the power of this issue until I went to a meeting in East Windsor and saw how upset people were when their mayor and council were proposing a redevelopment plan that would have allowed for a data center on a road called Probasco Road in that town. And I saw how many people, and I know how hard it is to get people to come out to their local government meetings. I saw, about 100 people coming out and forcefully coming out against this. And I said, okay, well, this is an issue that has a lot of power in it, but also, they're never going to do one in New Brunswick. New Brunswick's an urban area. We don't have a lot of free land to do this kind of thing. So I was shocked when I was at the planning board in February and I heard them lay out this developer's idea to make a 27,000 square foot data center on Jersey Avenue and basically do that instead of what they had promised originally would have been a park, a park that would have been open to the public. And I said, wow, I can't believe they're doing this, but I was in a position where I knew all the right people to call. I obviously have built a network here over the 22 years I've been living in town, but I also knew the organizations that are with us on this issue. And so we were able to build a strong and diverse coalition in a very short time. I knocked on all the doors in the surrounding neighborhood and got the word out to community leaders, and everybody was uniformly against it. Nobody really wanted this thing, and so we were able to have a massive turnout at the City Hall meeting. We were able to generate hundreds of emails to our council members from people who actually live in New Brunswick and didn't want to see this happen. And we were ultimately able to get a lot of media attention on the victory because it was such a kind of epic win for the people. And that's how I ended up on Breaking Points and ended up getting a lot of accolades. But it was just 9 days from the day that we found out until the day that we defeated it. So it was a pretty wild 9 days, but I knew that it was an issue worth fighting on because I wanted to make sure our city council knew not just that they shouldn't move ahead with this project, but when somebody else comes along and proposes a data center, I wanted them to remember, how against it the people were. So we really, kind of ran up the score, and we got 200 plus people to show up at that council meeting. And I venture to say they will remember that.
If last I checked, 6.6 million, I think it was retweets or whatever you call it now on X or formerly Twitter.
On social media. Yeah, it went viral. It was wild.